All right, what's up, guys? Welcome to another MLB The Show 25 stream here on Twitch. I'm next JGGen24, and today we're going to be continuing on with the grind of our Conquest maps that I had skipped over the course of the year. Yesterday, we had finished up the beach ball map, and we were actually very close to getting the Fajita map done, as you can see here. But unfortunately, the game froze on me while I was trying to switch catchers from JT Realmuto to Carson Kelly. Now my lineup reflects that, but it's quite a shame that's how it went. So it is what it is. I'm not gonna whine and cry about it. At the end of the day, we'll finish it up. We'll finish it up today. There's no doubt in my mind. I just want to make sure of one thing. Good. Edward Cabrera, he's over there. All right, let's finish this up. So we're not going to steal fans from the Rangers. Instead, what we'll do, add fans. And then we'll move fans from here. That'll be 17. So that should put me at 41. And then we'll just go up from there. The problem is going to be trying to get to the stronghold because there are two territories that have more than 3 million. Well, there are 3 territories that have at least 3 million fans on them. So, but if it becomes too much, actually what I'll do, rather than attack the 8 million or the territory with 8 million fans technically on them, I'll just attack the stronghold, and then when I'm done with this game, we'll just get that last one. Let's see. See, we got some news here. We have some news. Boston Red Sox signed Ranger Suarez to a 5-year, $130 million contract. So now I feel like if you're the Mets, you have to go after Framber Valdez. If you don't get Valdez, I think you're missing out. You're not going to have a solid rotation for 2026. I know you have Nolan McLean, but you're hoping that Kodai Senga is going to remain healthy. You're also hoping that David Peterson is going to return to his 2024 form. And then after that, you have no idea. So I guess those spots are reserved for if Brandon Sproat and Jonah Tong prove that they deserve to be up in the majors. But I personally think they need to be down in the minors. Raise the apple for Dylan Cruz. So that's the big news. Ranger Suarez to the Red Sox.
Ball one.
I tell you what, Red Sox are beefing themselves up. They may have lost out on Bregman, but they've got Contreras, they've got Gray, they've got Valdez. I'm pretty sure they had another signing, too. But for some reason, I can't think of it. What up, SP Champ? How are ya? So, pressure is on the Mets now. You got to go after Valdez. Otherwise, you going after Tucker or Going after Bellinger means nothing. I think they proved last year that you could have a solid offense, but if you don't have any starting pitching, you're not going to go very far. Just got home from the doctor. Uh-oh. What's up, Poopin? I'm all right. How are you?
Martin.
Nice. Vinny Pasquantino with the home run, so raise the apple. Doing some homework now? All right. Well, wait, how are you doing homework and watching my stream? I feel like that's a distraction. I'm not going to provide any answers if that's what you're looking for from me.
He's out.
Okay. As long as it's not a distraction. I'd hate to get in the way of your education. Because I remember when I was young, couldn't really do homework while thinking about playing video games. Took off from work, wasn't feeling great, but suffered through work anyway.
Edgar Martinez.
Either, so I know doctor's appointment got new medication. Same problem? Is it the same issue? Just another... Jeez, man. I know people tend to get sick, but it just seems like you've been sick a lot the last 2 months. I'm actually kind of worried for you. Hope you don't end up in the ICU. That would be the worst thing. Because then you can't come to my streams.
Hey. 0-1's the count.
Nice.
Batting second, the second baseman, Marcus Simeon.
Hey. 0-1. Hey.
Strike 3, sit down.
Now pitching for the Rangers, number 71, Jacob Webb.
Foul ball.
Good thing that wasn't caught. What up, Bray? How are you? Long time no hear. Actually, you were in here, what, last week? My bad. I thought you were... I know you were in here recently, and I just remembered that. And F this snow. Been snowing since 11 a.m. Supposed to snow till 7 a.m. tomorrow. Woof. Woof. That's gonna be a lot of snow. What are you talking? Like 8 inches? Maybe up to a foot of snow? This is why I hate living in the north. I can't deal with that amount of snow. Yes, I was just talking about that Ranger Suarez because I saw it on X. And I was like, oh, that's a pretty big signing. Think of that rotation. They're gonna have Ranger Suarez. They're gonna have Sonny Gray. It's actually building up to be a nice. Not to mention Garrett Crochet too, and Aroldis Chapman in the pen. I mean, that's a solid 1-2-3 right there. That may even rival the Phillies. Sorry, SB Champ, but I think you have to agree with me on that one.
Out.
Batting six, the catcher, Kyle.
Red Sox don't deserve him. Well, they got him, so whether or not they deserve him is irrelevant.
Counts 1-0.
I mean, look, I think if I'm Scooble, I'm saying to hell with the Tigers because they already the president or whatever that executive opened his mouth and said we're open to some trades, and like I'm sure Scooble was expecting that, but to hear it straight from an executive's mouth, I'd be like, no way am I re-signing with you. No way. You opened your mouth. I've given you the best years of my career. You won multiple Cy Youngs, and you're telling me I'm gonna be, or you're telling the world that I could be among those traded? Like, are you kidding me? Well, when he's good, when he's on it, and even I have to admit it as a Mets fan, he was solid as a pitcher. So, but that you can make that argument for every pitcher. If they're healthy, they can be good. You know, I've been making that argument for Kodai Senga. When he is healthy and he pitches a full season, Kodai Senga can be a top pitcher.
Ball that's outside.
I mean, the Dodgers have the best farm system in the league, so they can offer whatever prospects they want, and the Tigers may take it.
Now batting, the catcher, Carson Kelly.
Yeah, but SB Champ, I think you have to remember, as Carson Kelly drives one deep, so raise the apple for Carson Kelly. I think you have to remember that today's game is much different than it was years ago. Years ago, or 2 decades ago, pitchers could go 7, 8, 9 innings if they needed to. But these days, pitchers 6 innings at 7 if they're lucky. It's very difficult to get 100 more than 130 innings because that's pretty much like what 30, almost 30, less than 30 starts.
0-2 is the count. Ball inside.
Okay, well, the Red Sox are going to have to find that out, so
Batting eight, the center fielder,
if he's not worth the money, then they overpay. He's 5 years.
0-1.
But when he is healthy, he's a solid pitcher.
Did he go?
Strike 3, sit down. Oh, well, happy belated birthday. Well, he found someone to pay him, and that was the Red Sox. I just wonder how much of the Mets had their hand in that negotiation, because Ranger Suarez was one of the pitchers that the Mets had their eye on. And now they're down to Framber Valdez.
Ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
I mean, it's an interesting infield when you think about it for the Cubs. They're going to have Bregman, Swanson. They're going to have second base. Who's the second baseman? Alec was telling me. Well, they did pursue him or in a trade before he went to the Red Sox. So they were trying to get him. Nico Herner, right? But I thought they were trying to get another one. Another second baseman. Whatever. And then first base, you know what? I would not be surprised if we end up seeing Matt Shaw at first base. Because now he's blocked at third, so I think that he moves to first base, or they're going to try and at least make him a first baseman. Oh, sweet. Let's open that first, because that's probably the only diamond I'm going to get. Acuna. He's quite a bit. 23,740. Whoops. That's a good pull right there. Pipeline. Okay. And pipeline pass. You missed those 2016 Cups. That was something back then. Javier Baez, Chris Bryant, Anthony Rizzo, Kyle Schwarber on that team. You know, a lot of people forget Schwarber was on that team. It was a solid squad. There's a reason they won the 2016 World Series. It's just a shame that they didn't go beyond that. It's also kind of surprising when you think about it that they got swept by the Mets in the NLCS, the year prior to 2016. But I mean, that Mets team was just on something. It's too bad they weren't on it through the World Series. They could have won it. Maybe I'd be a little bit happier. Maybe I wouldn't have called for the Wilpons to sell the team. At least not immediately after. Like, it would have probably taken some time. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't Jake Arrieta also on that team? I know he was on 2015, but I don't know if he was so injury-riddled by then that he wasn't even on the 2016 team. I forget. Oh, before I go into the next Conquest map, I have to remember to go to one of my collections because one of them is done. All right, let me go over to collections here. Finally, I have the kingdom. Excuse me. Spent thousands of subs getting all these stadiums, so... But at this point, who really cares? You know, because we're at the end of the year, so it's not like I'm spending my stubs on anything else. In fact, actually, I could even complete the second half heroes. I could actually get... Well, Ryan Sandberg is expensive, but... It doesn't really matter. Yeah, might as well. There goes all my subs. So no more Legends and Flashback collections to complete. All that's left is the audio call ones. Ooh, that one I could be waiting on for a while. That one even longer, actually. At some point it'll sell. Or I'll get it, and then that'll be the last collection for me to complete. Alright, now I'm ready to move on, so let's do the fall ball map. Oh good, I could still play on veteran. Whew. Lucas Giolito.
Runner, he's going, he's going!
Conquest! No, too late. Ball.
I understand him not wanting. Him not wanting to advance on that. It's too bad because maybe he could have even. Maybe he could have even scored on that. It's too bad. Well, the other news that was going on in football, if you guys didn't see, the Oregon quarterback Dante Moore is returning to Oregon for next season. So I think someone probably told him that there was no way he was going to be better than Fernando Mendoza. That much was clear. And I mean, maybe he didn't want to play for the Jets. Maybe the Jets were interesting. It's like, well, no, I don't want that dumpster fire. I wouldn't blame him. Or maybe maybe someone told him that his draft stock was going down because of that game against Indiana.
Ball. One ball, no strike.
That at best he'll be outside of the lottery, and that could be hundreds of thousands of dollars in a difference right there. So why not go back to Oregon, knowing that Indiana is not going to have Mendoza, and that might be the opportunity for Oregon to go ahead and try to get the Big Ten championship. We'll see what happens, but honestly, maybe that's also a break for the Jets, because if they were thinking about Dante Moore, maybe they just caught a break. Maybe he wasn't NFL ready. And now they can use their second pick on someone else. Why go after a QB that even Rich Cimini was saying is young, inexperienced, and the Jets don't exactly, or the QBs under 21 don't exactly have a good track record when it comes to the NFL. He mentioned several, like Haskins. He mentioned Haskins, strike 3, sit down. Zach Wilson? They mentioned Zach. Zach was. I thought he was over 20. I thought he was 21 then when the Jets took him. Strike 3, sit down. Strike 3, sit down. Nice job, Cabrera.
For the Red Sox, number 76.
Either way, we'll see who the Jets take now. If anything, it's becoming less and less likely to me that they're going to take a QB. I think the only other one was the Vanderbilt QB. And I haven't heard a lot about him, so I'm wondering if he's even worth it. Plus, I heard they may take the best available position player, which may be a wide receiver. I mean, personally, I don't think the Jets need that. I think they need a defenseman. They need someone on defense, because right now their defense is horrible. No,
Did he go?
thank you. Nice, Cruz. Tell you what, I think Cruz is slowly becoming one of my favorite right fielders. At least for this Diamond Dynasty, that 99 Cruz is amazing. Honestly, I don't know if I'm going to be able to find any right fielder quite like him. I'll try. But I'm very doubtful on that.
That's a ball.
But then again, I don't really know where he is in terms of his parallel XP, so he may still be a ways off, which means I'm not gonna, or which means I don't have to replace him for a while. Strike 3, sit out.
It's 0-1.
Strike 3, sit down.
Now pitching for the Red Sox, number 83, Brendan Bernardino.
Yeah. No ball. 2 strikes. That's a ball. That's a ball.
Nice, Harper.
The first baseman, number 9, Vinny Pasquantino. Now batting, the catcher, Carson Kelly.
Ball, that's in.
Nice. Raise the apple for Carson Kelly. And by the way, I know that I'm late by like more than a half hour, so I do apologize for that. I was getting a shower. I didn't I lost track of time. I lost track of time because I slept in till 2:30. I have to get back on my overnight sleep schedule.
Now batting, third baseman, Edgar Martinez. Now pitching for the Red Sox, Number 63, Justin Slayton.
Hey! Ha!
Crap.
0-1.
So, by the time I ate lunch and took a shower and everything, it was an hour later.
Ball.
I know.
1-1.
I could have woken up at 2. In fact, I had an alarm set at 2. It went off at 2. I turned my alarm off at 2. And just went back to sleep. But that's why I have a second alarm for 2:30. Because if I had woken up at 3, there was no way I was starting this stream before 4.
Safe.
Oh well. Alright, Cabrera, let's finish this.
1. 2. 0-2. Nope. Ball.
You know, I have no idea what I'm gonna do once the
Ball.
once I run out of content to grind. Like all the Conquest maps, once they're done, there's nothing left for me to grind. You know, until the programs come out, the Then and Now,
Nope. Ball.
as well as the Captain Blizzard programs.
Hey. 1 ball, 1 strike.
So, I mean,
Hey.
this is why like a lot of people have second games. You know, games that they play as a secondary in case their first games don't really do anything. But I really like to be known by my MLB The Show content. If there's no content, then there's nothing for me to grind. I guess something I could do, last year I offered to do a... Ah, no! Last year what I did was a March to October series where I would take some teams that were basically on the edge of making the playoffs, and I would just try and make them,
Now pitching, Gabe.
you know, win the World Series. I don't know if I want to do that this year. Probably not. Yeah, I did do that, so that's done. I did that yesterday.
1-1.
And I didn't even realize it. I was like, I was wondering where I was getting all the rewards, the Ball and Is a Habit packs and the show packs and everything. I was like, wait a minute, those aren't rewards from the Conquest map. And sure enough, I looked. There was a new Captain Blizzard program.
He's out.
I hate that I couldn't make Cabrera do the full 3 innings, but he was giving up runs, and it got into a save situation, so he had to. Or I had to take him out. Not much of a choice there. Let's see. I could take the Cardinals, or I could take the Guardians. I mean, the only thing that I could think of doing is do a whole lineup full of players from a certain team and just try to parallel XP them by using the using LaGraza. That's what I was thinking I could do.
No, be safe.
That's really Dylan Cruz's first triple offline? Wow. But, I mean, that gets boring after a while. I mean, I did it with the Mets. In fact, I have 2 full lineups of superfractored players. I wish, that was the other thing too, I wish I could put my lineups in a CPU versus CPU game and just see which one is better.
Two balls, two strikes. Three and two.
Nice.
Batting third, the designated hitter, Bryce Harper.
Counts 1-0. Outside, that's a ball.
Oh, shoot. I don't know what I was doing. Maybe I thought Dylan Cruz was still on base.
Number 62,
1-0.
Kyle Leahy.
That just goes to show you that I zoned out there for a second. And it cost me. It really cost me.
Ball that's outside. We got full count. Take your base, ball 4.
Nice, Kelly. Ooh, could that be? Oh, that was so close to a home run. That was so close. I need to see how much it missed by before I move on. I need to see. Alright. Dang, hit right at the corner. Yep, right at the corner of the top of the wall. That was close.
All one's the count.
Easy double play. Couldn't have been any easier. Oh well.
Ball, that's down. One ball, one strike.
I'll figure out something in regards to what I'm gonna grind beyond these conquest maps, because I'm literally down to nothing. You know, March to October, I did that last year. Wasn't really as good as I thought it was gonna be. The whole grinding or super factoring a full lineup of players from a certain team, that one sounds interesting. Plus, that could really help me in terms of getting some progress in the team affinities, albeit I don't really need them at this point, or I don't need to make any more progress because they're already done. Or I have all the vouchers. If anything, the only thing worth grinding in the team affinities at this point are the icons, the #1 fan icons.
Now pitching for the Cardinals, number 56, Jorge Alcala.
But this is the problem that we run into at the end of the year. What's up, Rajon boy? Is that how you say it? Rajon or Rayhan? Rayhan or Rajon? I don't want to mispronounce it or anything, so I'd like to get a pronunciation. But how you doing today? Welcome into the stream. The third one, Rajon? Okay. Thank you. I appreciate the clarification. I like to, make sure before I say names. That harkens back to my days of announcing names for my high school and the baseball team. I got embarrassed once announcing the name of a player who ended up getting drafted to the MLB, and or ended up getting drafted by an MLB team, and I swore ever since then I was never ever going to mess up a name again. So I always asked them what their names were. Okay, not gonna lie, I had a little sidetracked, but I don't.
Batting fifth, the second baseman.
Okay,
Brendan
as long as it's all done.
Donovan.
Good on you for doing your homework. You know, a lot of kids, like, I remember when I was young, I didn't really do my homework. I just wanted to play video games all day. I could spend hours playing video games, and my homework would not get done. I mean, don't get me wrong, I would do my homework at times, but there were a lot more times where I wouldn't get it.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Only 4 students? Why? Was it like some kind of skip day or something? Was the weather bad? Is it just a small class?
Pitching for the Cardinals, number 47, John King.
So Rajon, do you have a favorite MLB team? Because I'm assuming you're in here because you like baseball. So do you have a favorite MLB team?
Ball, that's inside.
Oh man, they took that one away from me. Oh wait, did Cabrera throw 2 innings? Oh shoot. I didn't even realize that. Dang. Again, not paying attention to the game.
No, he's in there.
The first baseman, number 9, Vinny.
Now, how did Cal Ripken or Bryce Harper beat that out, but Cal Ripken couldn't? Cal Ripken has even more speed, or he has a little more speed than Harper does, 72 to 67. He should have beaten it out if Harper beat that out. But I mean, then again, Harper is a lefty, so he could be like Ichiro, where he smacks the ball and then he starts running. Oh man, you really went back, man. Why were you watching my old streams?
That's a ball. Ball 1, no strikes.
I mean, MLB The Show 24 is not my favorite game, but I mean, I did have fun with it last year, so I wouldn't say it was a terrible game. I just...
Martinez. Now pitching for the Cardinals, number 64, Ryan.
Oh, I figured it was because you wanted to, I figured it's because you wanted to, you were back grinding MLB The Show 24, and you wanted to see what programs, or how I completed certain programs. Because you have to remember, last year, we didn't have La Graza, so... But then again, all the created stadiums and minor league stadiums weren't nerfed. Like, you could hit... I could score, like, over 50 runs at Coors Field last year, and I did that multiple times. No, Diamond Quest is new for this title, for MLB The Show 25. I also think last year we didn't have, I don't think we had the, maybe we did have the program, the online programs combined. I don't necessarily remember. Yes, hi Woogie, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to ignore you. Me and Hoopin were just engaging in a conversation, so I saw it. I saw you say you stayed home because you had pneumonia. I hope you get better, man. It's terrible. And once again, I make the mistake of keeping Edward Cabrera in there. It's a good thing I realized it before he got the out.
Ball, that's off the plate.
Oh, I don't doubt that. I don't doubt it one bit. Strike 3, sit down. Nope. Sounds like he may make a decision within the next day or two. Now, the Mets offered him a higher value. It sounds like they're offering him $50 million for a shorter contract, but the Blue Jays are offering more years. And as for the Dodgers, I haven't heard if they've given an offer yet to Tucker. All I heard was that they were lurking. I think they're going to come out with a big deal that is going to blow away what the Mets and the Blue Jays have offered. Yep, he signed with the Red Sox. Yep. So that's one pitcher off the board, which means the Mets only have Framber Valdez left as an option. If they don't get him, I don't see how they're competing this year. I don't care if they do get Tucker or Bellinger. They're not going to have the pitching to compete. They did, but they didn't sign him. You think he's going to Seattle? He could surprise everyone, but top 3 teams I heard or that are being reported are the Mets, the Dodgers, and the Blue Jays, not in that specific order. I think it's Blue Jays, Dodgers, and Mets. I think that's the order, but I'm not sure. Oh, I didn't even bother to steal a base with Cruz. Darn. Could have done that and gotten more parallel XP for him. Well, he has pneumonia, Hoopin, so that's probably giving him... That's probably making his body shake uncontrollably. Or as Ed Sheeran would say, give me the shivers. Well, I don't know either, but that would be my guess. Actually, SB Champ, I think SB Champ had pneumonia, so maybe he could tell you if he were here. I don't know if he's here. What's up, Bubbles? How are you? Doing all right. You know, finished up the Fajita map. Now I'm on to the fall ball map. And right now I'm taking on the Cardinals stronghold. And because I stole a bunch of fans of them, or I stole a bunch of fans from them, now I'm playing on rookie. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, no, not advancing on that. Not with 48 speed. Well, we'll see what happens with Tucker. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Raise the apple for Edgar Martinez. Where did I get it? I bought. It was a promotional giveaway that was at Citi Field earlier this year. I couldn't go to it, so I asked for it for Christmas. And when it didn't show up on Christmas, I decided to order it the day after, and it just popped up a couple weeks last week. Yeah, last week. Oh, all right. Of course, the ads. But the ads are what give me revenue.
Account is full.
Oh,
That could have been ball 4 right there. All right. Now I can leave Cabrera in here as long as he doesn't give up a run.
Hey. Hey, 2. 0-2. 3.
Strike 3, sit down.
Hey. 0-1.
Your legs hurt too? That I mean, again, I've never had pneumonia before. So I can't tell you if that's part of it or not. I wouldn't think that's part of it,
Hey.
but I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah. 0-2 is the count. Nope. That's inside. Ball, that's off the plate.
Anyway, what I was trying to say earlier, because you were asking about the home run apple, it was a promotional giveaway at Citi Field, but I couldn't go to the game, so I asked for it for Christmas. But when it didn't show up on Christmas, I decided to order it online. It only showed up last week. So, came from Washington, D.C., of all places. Yes, I did, Bubbles. I started at 3:30 because I woke up late and threw off my whole routine before I come on stream. So it took me an hour to eat lunch, get a shower. It's just a routine that I don't have to do come later. Yep. Probably just an hour, a 2.5 hour stream.
That's foul.
So I may start on another map after this ball one. But probably not finish it. Gonna have to finish it tomorrow.
The batter, number 3, designated hitter, Bryce Harper.
Okay. A shower can also help you with any congestion or help clear up your throat as well. I know you said your throat hurts. Maybe that'll help you. Dang, I'm so close to these home runs, and yeah, I don't... For me, it feels like every year I get sick. Whenever the weather changes from summer to fall and from winter to spring, that's usually... But I credit those to allergies. I remember one time when I was in college, it was my freshman year, and one of the people that I was in the college radio station with, she decided to come into the radio station, and she was sick. And she was like, "Oh, don't worry, I'm fine, I'm fine." And then the next day, you know what happens? I get so sick, I can't even get out of bed. There we go. Davis Schneider, raise the apple. So, I was very pissed off with her over that. Up, gotta do it again for Edgar Martinez. Raise the apple.
Ball.
Oh, I don't care. Conquest, you never play at your home stadium. I'm raising the apple for my players. Even if I played at Citi Field, the apple won't raise. So I might as well do it on my thing. Probably. But that would be too expensive. You'd be looking at, even if they were $30, which is what I paid to get that item, plus $10 shipping, so it was really over 40. You're looking at $300 to $400 at that rate. Like $30 on eBay, but shipping added onto it, so like $40. No, he was bad, Hoopin. He was really, really bad. Couldn't even complete some of the simplest of passes. Dude had a screen against the Patriots. He had a screen and a receiver that was wide open. He threw it too hard and threw it over the receiver. He was bad. We had Garrett Wilson. We had Breece Hall. We had a ton of guys that were around him. He was just a bad QB.
0-1.
That very well could be the case. That, or maybe somebody told him that his draft stock was going down because of that performance against Indiana. And they're like, just play next year. When Mendoza is not part of Indiana, you could probably still, you'll have a better chance.
No balls, 2 strikes.
No, there was no double negative. No, I know it is. I know that was confirmed. Right now, the only QB I think is worth it is Mendoza. And he's going to go to the Raiders. There's no doubt about that. That's why for the Jets, it was so important not to beat Kansas City or Cleveland. I'm sorry, not Kansas City. Cleveland or Cincinnati. But they decided to do that, and it did no good. Carson Beck, I thought he was staying. Oh, I see. I see what you're saying. Okay. Well, you'll have to make that decision after the national championship, which I think is on next Monday. So, he may declare for the draft, he may not.
0-2. That's a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Aye.
Yep. So all you gotta do is just beat him again, right? And it's in Seattle this time, so home field advantage. I mean, what helps the Seahawks is the fact that George Kittle is not,
Timeout.
he's not gonna be there.
2 bases.
So that's one less offensive weapon the Seahawks have to worry about. Raise the apple for Bryce Harper.
Now back.
Yeah, but there's a big difference between George Kittle and the backup tight end. There's a reason why the backup tight end is the backup tight end.
Now batting. Left fielder Davis Schneider. Now pitching for the Cardinals. Number 55. Riley O'Brien.
Yeah. Sam Darnold. Get a good QB. And Sam Darnold is a good QB. I'll admit that as a Jets fan. See, Sam Darnold is the guy that if the Jets had more of an offensive line and more weapons around him, he could have been a really good QB for them. Who was their QB last year before they got Sam Darnold?
Now batting. Second baseman Luke
Geno Smith.
Keyshaw.
I would say that makes a big difference. Not to mention Jackson Smith-Njigba really went off this year. He was one of the top receivers in the NFL. So having him go off was absolutely key. What does that mean, Woogie?
Inside ball.
What does that mean? Is that a good thing? Bad thing?
Ball 2. 2-2 to count.
Oh, okay. And there we go. They get a defensive weapon back. Okay. Well, that might help them defensively.
He's
I think
out.
we're going to see the big thing for me, at least from my perspective.
Ball, that's
I think the Seahawks have to shut down Christian McCaffrey. They shut him down. There's no doubt in my mind they win, but they let him go off, then the Seahawks are going to have some trouble. They cannot be like the Eagles.
Got him.
They can't. Just goes to show you what happens if you're patient with a QB and you get him the right coach and you build around him. He can actually be good. They learned their lesson from Justin Fields. We also get starting O lineman back in Charles Cross. Okay. So an offensive lineman. Hey, look at that. Vinny Pasquantino is super factored. Let's see how everyone else is coming along. Davis Schneider may be the next closest. He's at 3,771 out of 4,000. Of course, don't count out Dylan Cruz or Bryce Harper. They're not that far behind, and pretty soon it may be Cal Ripken. Okay. Well, we'll see what happens. Let's see. Who's the first? We could go Steer. Oh, we could go Tomey, but I'd rather have him as DH. I don't want him as my starting first baseman. All right, so we'll just swap Tomey with Harper. Harper should have the better defense. All right, see ya. Going to get some rest. All right, you go rest. All right. Thanks for dropping by. Appreciate it. Oh, shoot. Probably should have stolen some fans from the Orioles. You know what? I'll do that for the next game. Heck, I'm not even sure I'm going to finish this map. I still got to do the Guardians, and then I have the Braves after this, so if I have to steal fans from them, like I'm stealing fans from the Cardinals and the Orioles here, then I think I'm in a little bit of trouble.
First pitch, 1 o'clock.
That's a ball. Two and one. Three and one.
It was tempting to go 3, but they played that well, so couldn't sneak a triple, even with Dylan Cruz's 99 speed.
Tag.
Oh, they got him! Darn it! And that was some good reaction from Adley Rushman.
It's 0-1.
That's what happens when I get too greedy.
Ball.
But I have to remember. Yes, I did see that. His father, Dave Weathers, played for the Yankees. I think it was in the 80s. 80s or 90s he played for the Yankees. So, father-son. Dang. If I kept Dylan Cruz on base, that could have been a run right there.
Now pitching for the Orioles, number 60, Colin Selby.
I mean, the Yankees had to do something to bolster their bullpen, especially since they lost Luke Weaver and Devin Williams. Now, what you think of them from last year, you still have to acknowledge that those are two arms that they lost in the bullpen, and they need to replace it. So I guess Ryan Weathers is just, the trade was there.
No balls. One strike.
Marlins and Yankees make a lot of trades, I gotta say. You know what? Now I'm curious about something. Which two teams have made the most trades between each other in MLB history?
He's go.
Hang on, because now I'm wondering about that. Which MLB teams have made the most trades between each other?
Okay, I found this on the web for which MLB teams have made the most trades between each other. Check it out.
The Pirates have made the most trades over the last, this is from 2017. So between 2007 and 2017, the Pirates made the most trades with 158. They were also the most frequent trading partner for 7 different teams. The Braves 8 times, the Mets 5 times, the Giants 4 times, the Red Sox 11 times, the Yankees 10 times, the Indians 13 times, and the Twins were 5 times. The most trades between any two clubs between 2007 and 2017 is 14. That was done by 2 pairs of teams, both involving the Blue Jays. That was the Phillies and the A's at 14 times apiece. So, I guess in recent memory, Blue Jays and Phillies, as well as Blue Jays and A's, those are the teams that traded each other with the most times. Oh, hold on, we got a little news here. The Mets. It's likely the Mets have gone to a 4th year They've offered now it's 4 years for Kyle Tucker. That's according to Jim Duquette. Yeah, isn't that what he said, right? The Blue Jays? Between the Phillies and Blue Jays and the Phillies and A's. I'm sorry. Did I say Phillies and A's? I meant the Blue Jays and A's. My bad. Strike 3, sit down.
Now pitching for the Orioles, number 71.
Inside, ball. That's ball.
Dang. That was a little bit further to the left. Might have been an extra base hit. There you go. I mean, unfortunately, I can only look back as far as between 2007 and 2017. Uh-oh. Yeah, I was about to say, that has to be Edgar Martinez's first strike. Yeah, I mean... There we go. Raise the apple for Luke Keyshaw. And we got a 2-0 lead. He didn't even need to do that. He just had to get a deep fly ball. And that could have been enough for Martinez to score. I would say the biggest one that surprised me and pleasantly surprised me, and I might be biased here, but Yoenis Cespedes going to the Mets in 2015. That was so huge.
No, that missed.
That's the only reason the Mets made it to the World Series. That and the fact that Daniel Murphy turned it on in the playoffs. But they don't get to the playoffs without Yoenis Cespedes. And that was that trade was finalized 10 minutes before the trade deadline was over.
Number 49.
So that was a last-minute move. And the Mets, you look back at what they gave up, Michael Fulmer was, he wasn't... He had a couple of solid years for the Tigers, but he really wasn't that good. I honestly, I think the Mets won that trade.
Here. 2-1's the count. Ball. No, he's safe.
The batter, number 8, shortstop, Cal Ripken Jr.
Yep. Actually, what was pretty funny, there was a guy just last year who actually played for 2 teams in the same game. His name is Danny Jansen. And what happened was that he was on the Toronto Blue Jays. He was their catcher. And they were playing against the Red Sox. And rain delay, they had to postpone the game till, I think it was a few weeks, maybe a month later. And he got DFA'd by the Blue Jays and got claimed by the Red Sox. So when they picked the game back up, he was playing in a Red Sox uniform. He's the first player to play for two teams in a single game. Probably the only time we'll ever see that abnormality again.
Now pitching.
Regular season.
Morihone.
In fact, there's a Topps Now trading card for that that's in this game. Here, I'll even show you. It's part of the double agent program. The one with Jim Edmonds in it. It's part of that program. Strike 3, sit down. Well, that has happened where teams, despite rain, they still play. It just can't rain hard enough. If it rains too hard, then they'll call the game. Or they'll call rain delay.
No balls, 2 strikes.
MLB really tries to get these games in because they don't want to have it rescheduled. It's not good for the fans.
Ball.
So they try to push it, but sometimes just doesn't work out that way. Mother Nature doesn't cooperate. Mother Nature doesn't care. Strike 3, sit down.
Hack 1. It's 0-1.
Well, I can tell you, Bubbles, that going to games in March or early April, because I've gone to those games before, they are not that fun. They are cold. They are miserable.
Pitching for the Orioles.
I mean,
Number 50.
it's just bad. So that's why a lot of the teams play their games or play spring training down in Florida and Arizona. It's warm there. I've also watched college baseball games, and I've covered some college baseball games at my college. They out in Hempstead, New York.
1 and 2.
Sometimes they would play games in the middle in March at their baseball stadium, and it was freezing.
The left fielder, David Schneider.
It was freezing.
That's a ball. That's inside.
That's why they tend to do a lot more games that are down south. Like one year, I think they went up against LSU, or they played in a tournament that was down in Louisiana. Maybe they played up. Maybe they went up against the Raging Cajuns. That might be the University of Louisiana. I'm not sure. But that was February. That was February. If you no way they would play games in February up here. That'd be nuts unless they were indoors. But my college doesn't have an indoor facility to play baseball games. See, I'm more of a I'm a proponent of teams installing retractable roofs over their stadiums. That way, if it's cold, guess what? They can just throw up the roof and it could be nice and warm in the stadium. And if it rains, close the roof and you don't have to worry about rain delay. Unfortunately, there are just some stadiums that were built not to have retractable roofs. Like you'll probably never see it at Wrigley Field or Fenway Park because they're not really modern enough for it. But I really do think that those stadiums could use a retractable roof. And I think Citi Field and Yankee Stadium could use a retractable roof as well. I mean, for God's sakes, American Family Ballpark in Milwaukee, or whatever it's called now. I used to call it Miller Park. But that stadium has a retractable roof, so why can't a stadium like Citi Field or Yankee Stadium, why can't they have retractable roofs?
The batter, number 7.
Ugh.
Baseman, Jackson Holiday.
They're a bit more modern. They could definitely handle it. Probably would have to cut the size of that scoreboard. But at least games in March and April and early April would be far better. Yeah, I still got to play Milwaukee. Speaking of Milwaukee, still got to play them.
Ball. 1-0.
I mean, the Mets are going to be home to open up this season against the Pittsburgh Pirates, which means we're going to get Paul Skeens on opening day. Which, woohoo.
No balls, 1 strike.
Love to see that. I mean, the key for me against Paul Skeens, make him throw a lot of pitches. If he throws enough pitches, then they'll have to take him out of the game. And once you get to the Pirates bullpen, I think you have a much better shot.
Yeah.
Strike 3, sit. Oh, what?
0-1.
Way too early for that. All right, Hoopin. I will warn you, there's only 50 minutes left in this stream. Strike 3, sit out. Nice. I don't know why everyone wants to challenge Martinez. He's not the best fielding third baseman out there, but it's not like he's terrible. Wow. And you know what? I think I'm going to pull the trigger and start booking my trip to Toronto. I'm not going to fly. I'm going to drive, so I'm going to have to get a rental car. But I think I do want to go to Toronto when the Mets play the Blue Jays. You know, I also kind of forget that Edward Cabrera is going to be on the Cubs next year. I kind of forgot that that trade happened.
No, beat him. That's a foul ball.
Strike 3, sit down. All right, well, I mean, this is on rookie. We can still get this. There we go. Told you we'd get it. Raise the apple for Bryce Harper.
Now pitching for the Orioles, number 60, Colin Selby.
Foul ball.
Nice. Raise the apple for Carson Kelly. Ooh, you know what? I should check to see if the 7-line army is going to head out to Toronto. Probably not, because I think they're more of like weekend road trips instead of
Ball. One ball, no strikes.
You know, weekdays and that. But that is Memorial Day, so you know, I wouldn't put it past them to be in Toronto. I'll check the schedule, because if that's the case, I'd like to join them.
Batting 8, the second baseman, Luke Keisho.
Let's see. 7.
Batting 9, the center fielder, Michael Harris. Now pitching
2026
for the Orioles, number 71.
Oh no, they're only road games are planned for Arizona, Miami, and Philadelphia. Darn. Maybe I could do my own little version of the 7-line army in Toronto. If I get paired with enough Mets fans, I'll try and do their little strikeout thing. Go like, struck him out. Woo! That'd be fun. All right, so we're going to need Adrian Morejon.
Now pitching, Adrian Morejon.
I could get that going in Toronto. Or I could try at least. I'll talk to the Mets fans that are there. See what they want to do. Or if they're up for it.
0-2.
Strike 3, sit down. I watch NASCAR. I can watch NASCAR. You know, from time to time I'll watch hockey, but I think it's better to go in person and watch it than it is to watch it on TV. Basketball I have not watched since, well, for a long time. I would say well over a decade. So I guess NASCAR and hockey I would say, but not basketball. Pro bowling, huh? See, when I was younger, I couldn't lift the ball.
Now pitching for the Orioles.
So, and I had to have those railings up to prevent it from being a gutter ball when I tried to bowl them. I haven't been bowling in God knows how long. I probably did it when I was younger, like 7 or 8. So I guess it's been over 20 years. I did a golf simulator once. My sister and my brother-in-law took me to a golf simulator thing. I wasn't that big into it. You know, I thought it was neat, but it wasn't for me. I'm not a golf guy.
Hee-haw!
Strike 3, sit down.
Take one!
Strike 3, sit down. Alright. Despite giving up the home run, we got 2 of our own to get us the win, so I'll take that. Carson Kelly is now tier 3. Good for him. I think I may have enough here to be able to challenge the Guardians and not have to steal fans from them. I hope I'm right. I should be right. I am right. Awesome. We can play on veteran. Nice. Kicking it off with a home run. Dylan Cruz raised the apple. I don't know about bowling. I see it more as like a fun activity that you do with friends or something like that. Not really something that I guess I don't know. I'm not into it professionally. My logic for going inner PCI was that I can switch to outer PCI on higher difficulties. See, my issue is that, like you pointed out, the On the higher difficulties, the PCI is much smaller. So having the outer gives me more of a... It gives me more of a zone to work with, if that makes sense.
Ball, that's out.
I get that, and inner PCI may be good for rookie or veteran,
Ball.
but for all-star and above, you definitely want the outers. And I've just been doing outer for so long now that I've just stuck with it.
Now pitching for the Guardians. Number 3.
Aw, man.
Ball 1. That's ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes.
Nice.
Batting 7, the third baseman, Edgar Martinez.
He's safe? Wow, I thought he was out. Dang. Oh, well. Doesn't matter anyway, because we were going to do that, so him advancing to third meant nothing.
Yeah. 0-2.
Strike 3, sit down.
Hey. 0-1's the count.
Strike 3, sit down.
Ball, that's just out. Ball, that's out. Hey.
Strike 3, sit down.
Pitching for the Guardians, number 16, Jacob.
Plus, that seems like a lot of work to do for the PCI to switch between inner and outer.
Out.
Like, I think I'd rather consistently have one PCI.
He's out.
Okay. I think I'll throw in Mizorowski.
Jacob Mizorowski.
Off the plate, ball 1. Hey. 1-1. Hey. 2.
Oh, I forgot to show you the Danny Jansen card. Shoot. I'll do it after this game. If I can remember, that is. But I should be able to remember. Strike 3, sit out.
Oh, and 1. No balls, 2 strikes.
Strike 3, sit down.
Now pitching for the Guardians, number 29, Tim Herron.
Counts 1-0.
Aaron, I think that's the Guardians jersey I have. Let's see. I can't remember. Is that the jersey? No, that's not the jersey. Let's see. Hold on 1 second. It's gotta be here somewhere. Ah, there it is. Yep. Tim Herron. So, I figured I would come across him eventually, and this makes the most sense since the next 2 batters are all lefties, so you got the matchup with the pitcher. But he better not let it better get the 2 batters out, otherwise he's going up against a bunch of righties until Michael Harris. Well, he lucked out.
Got him.
But then again, we are up 3-0, so it's not like I'm in any hurry to be scoring runs.
Got him.
All right, let's see. Lefty, righty, lefty. Morey home. You're in.
Now pitching, Adrian Morejon.
What I'll say to you, Bubbles, is that I feel like in recent years they've made All-Star more playable. And I think a lot of that has to do with them introducing the higher difficulties, the Legend and GOAT difficulties.
Ball.
So All-Star is definitely more playable than it was, I would say, like
Batting ninth,
4 years ago, 5 years ago. All-Star was definitely tougher.
Oh, 1.
Meaning, like, people who feel like they can't play on All-Star, they actually could.
Out.
Yeah, basically, like, many years ago, it was harder because I think the top difficulty was Legend. So it would go Rookie, Veteran, or All-Star, Hall of Fame, and Legend. And All-Star would be, like, in between, so it would be tougher than Rookie and Veteran, but it would be easier than Hall of Fame and Legend. So now I feel like they've bumped the difficulty of All-Star down a bit to where players who, like, play mostly on Veteran and Rookie, they can play All-Star and still win games. That's what I mean. I may not be able to play, at least this round, against the Braves on veteran. Oh no, I'll be able to. That's my thing. Like, if I can, I'd rather play on veteran or rookie if I can. All-Star, I usually try to reserve those for if I'm stealing fans. That way I can steal a lot of fans. But if I'm forced to play on All-Star and I feel like I could play on veteran, then I'll just end the turn and just add on more fans to the point where I could play on veteran.
Ball. Ball one, no strikes. 2 balls, no strikes.
Nice. Dylan Cruz, raise the apple. Yeah, I win. No? Good. Boy, I hope I can wrap this up before I gotta sign off.
Two balls, 1 strike.
Uh-oh.
Ball.
Spammer.
3 balls, 1 strike. Full count, 3-2. Ball 4, that's up.
Now pitching for the Braves, number 45, Tyler Kinley.
Ball.
And Bryce Harper with the home run. Raise the apple.
Hey! 0-1.
Nice. No. Not challenging Acuna's arm. That's ridiculous.
Now pitching for the Braves,
Glad I stopped myself. Whew.
number 65, Hunter Stratton.
Michael Harris, on the other hand, I have no problem challenging his arm. Because he does have arm strength, but arm accuracy is not really his strong suit.
That's inside.
Speaking of Michael Harris, he's going deep, so raise the apple for Michael Harris.
Nope, that's a ball. I got a ball, 1 strike. Ball.
Runner, runner, runner.
Hey! He made it
Nice.
safe. No, that's foul.
Dang.
Ball. Out.
Well, at least Cabrera could go ways. At least 2 innings, maybe even 3 if he could keep the
1-1
shutout
count.
going.
One ball, 2 strikes. Ball, that's inside. And
Strike 3, sit down.
ball, that's out. Out. Ah. Aye. 0-2 is the count.
Strike 3, sit down.
Pitching for the Braves, number 46, Dylan Dodd.
Nice, Jim Tomey. Raise the apple for Jim Tomey. And Bryce Harper, too. Raise the apple for Bryce Harper. Raise the apple for Carson Kelly.
Now pitching for the Braves, number 31, Yoel Fajita.
I'm literally trying to swing first pitch, hoping that it actually goes to a fielder.
He's out.
Aye. 0-1. Nope, ball 1.
I don't know if I would have gotten to it though. I felt like that was the closest I could get to diving for it.
Ball
It's all
one.
right. It's one base hit.
1-0. Aye. 1-1. Aye. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That's a ball. 3.
Strike 3, sit down.
Aye. 0-1's the count. Yep, that ball went out.
Not to mention I have to make my way over to the Brewers stronghold.
Aye. 2.
At this point, that might be my the thing that I do. The just get all the strongholds, and then off stream I'll just complete the rest of the territories, and then tomorrow we can move on to another Conquest map. That's my goal anyway. Strike 3, sit down. Brett Wisely. Wasn't he like a top prospect at one point, Brett Wisely? I feel like I've heard of his name before, but I don't remember where. Strike 3, sit down.
Out.
Aye. 0-1.
Okay, raise the apple for Cal Ripken Jr. So gets over the wall. All right, raise the apple for Jim Thome as well.
Now pitching for the Braves, number 38, Pierce Johnson.
Got him.
All right, Cabrera, let's wrap this up.
Aye. Ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. Aye.
Strike 3, sit down.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Drake Baldwin.
Got him.
Now batting, center fielder, Eli White.
Out.
Alrighty, so that's that stronghold. Bryce Harper and Jim Thome with 2 home runs each. Dylan Cruz and Cal Ripken Jr. had a home run. And Dylan Cruz is now super factored, as is Bryce Harper, as is Davis Schneider. So we just had 3 guys be superfractored. That's incredible. I'm going to have to take him out of my lineup, though. Hold on while I do that. Let's see. Alex Gordon, maybe Eric Davis. Oh, no, Jaron Duran. Yeah, definitely got to be Jaron, so. And then for right field, got Kerry Carpenter, Ronald Acuna Jr. He might be a little less, unfortunately. Oh, there's Jose Bautista. Oh, forget it. It's Jose Bautista. And then first base, we were talking about, or I was talking about Spencer Steer, but Carlos Delgado may make an interesting case. Let's see. Delgado is 1607. Steer is, yeah, it's got to be. Oh, wait. I forgot about Spencer Horwitz. Okay, yeah, it's Delgado. What's his defense? Ooh, he may actually be worse. Oh, my gosh. Even worse than freaking Harper. Or even worse than Tomey. Can't believe that. Well, now we got to make some adjustments. We got to put Jaron Duran up there because he's going to have the most speed. Okay. All right, let's get to the Brewers stronghold. Oops. Oh, no. Nope. I could definitely play on veteran. See what I mean? Now, because I skipped the turn, I was able to put more fans on it and ensure that I was going to play on veteran.
Oh. 1-0. No, inside. Ball. 3 balls, no strikes. He's in
And
there.
that's why I wanted Duran. Not only that, he's got even more steal capability than Davis Schneider had, so
Outside, that's a ball.
he'll swipe this bag
He's
no
safe.
problem.
Aye. 1-1.
Wow, Duran knew that was going to be off the wall. Surprised.
Ball. Counts 1-0.
Now pitching for the Brewers, number 25, Nick Mears.
That's out.
Nice. Raise the apple for Carson Kelly. It's going good. I'm on the last stronghold of the map, so all I have to do is win this game, and I'll have this map pretty much done. I mean, still got to claim territories, but that won't take too long. I'll probably do that off stream, and then tomorrow I'll start the next map. This is by far the most productive Diamond Dynasty I've ever been. Yes. Yes, so this will be the last game that I play on stream. Hopefully I can wrap this up in 7 minutes. Strike 3, sit down. It also just depends on what I do offensively, because now it's... I've had like 3 runs scored, so...
One ball, 2 strikes.
No, work starts at 10. It takes me a while to get ready, not to mention I want to do the daily missions for NHL and Madden, so I give myself some time to be able to complete those before I have to get ready for work.
Now pitching for the Brewers, number 56.
Because I don't want to.
Rex Anderson.
I don't want to stream for more than 3 hours. That's when my mind starts to lose it. I've already gone through the process. Or I've already started, I already did that thing where I did 4 hours of streaming and my mind was losing it. Plus, I'd also like to eat dinner, too. I mean, right now, turkey's not going to be ready for a little while longer. Lunch was barbecue chicken, since that's really all that was available. Had no bologna, so couldn't make a bologna and cheese sandwich. I'm gonna have nuggets tomorrow. No, turkey is for dinner.
1 ball, 1 strike.
That's still cooking. It's probably not going to be for a while. What up, Mets?
1 strike.
Well, you've probably been busy. I understand. I'm sorry, I didn't realize that you dictated what I ate for dinner. Would you rather that I starve? Because if you want to deal with a hangry me, let me tell you something. That's your own... Do that at your own risk. I wouldn't recommend it.
Now pitching for the Brewers.
Angry me is not fun.
Number 47, Jared Koenig.
Nice. A home run for Cal Ripken Jr. Raise the apple.
Ball, that's outside.
Yep. Yes, I do.
That's ball 2.
Sounds like my dad just got home. Yes, you can eat turkey on other days other than Thanksgiving. Who said you can't? My dad probably makes turkey once a month. Ham is great because not only can you make it for dinner, but you could also have it for breakfast, like a ham, egg, and cheese sandwich. Oh my God, my dad makes the best of those.
No, he's in there.
It's fantastic.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Only way we'll get my brother to eat eggs and ham for breakfast is if we make them green. It's safe. It's just food coloring, so he'll dye the ham green and the eggs green, like Green Eggs and Ham, the Dr. Seuss book, children's book. I will not eat them. I will not eat them, Sam I am. I will not eat green eggs and ham. Strike 3, sit down. I don't blame you. There's not really a lot of content. During the Christmas and New Year's period, there's not a lot of content, and the off-season has just been very slow. So, I mean, they released a new Captain Blizzard program, but that's been about it.
Now batting, catcher Carson Kelly.
I feel you, but there are a couple of good ones. There was one where you get a captain's boost for lefties in your lineup, and then you get a captain's boost for righties. There might even be one for switch hitters.
Now pitching for the Brewers.
I mean, I don't know. I really don't use the Captain Blizzards. I don't know, whatever my dad wants to make with it. Rice. We have some corn we can heat up. You know, I made mashed potatoes yesterday, although I'll warn my dad not to use that because I won't eat it. And I made the damn mashed potatoes. How sad is that I make them, yet I won't eat them?
2 balls.
Not the ones I made. Not the ones I made. You look at that and you're like, ugh, what am I eating? My dad said that I shouldn't have added milk to it, even though the box calls for milk. He says I shouldn't have added milk. That's probably why it tasted bad. Yeah, I'm not trying again. Screw it. I'm just gonna go on Weight Watchers and just have them mail me orders that I can heat up in the microwave. That's about the most cooking I want to do.
One ball, two strikes.
He's out.
All right, we're at the last inning, so
Off the plate, ball one.
it's good. We're going to wrap this up.
One and one.
It's just some people are not meant to cook, and I think I'm one of those people. I mean, don't get me wrong, it wouldn't be like fire in the kitchen kind of a disaster, but more of, I have to, more of like, ew, this stuff tastes nasty, let's just order pizza kind of deal. That's what it would be. Because, well, the mashed potatoes were like, they were bad. I didn't do it right. If I don't do them right, then I don't want to eat it. You know what? I'll just do the territories on stream, and then that'll be the last thing that I do. But I really would like to wrap up this stream. All right, thanks, Woogie. Oh, well, sorry to tell you, Hoopin, but I'm about to end stream here. About to end stream. So, yeah, I just wanted to finish up the territories. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. So thank you to everyone who tuned in, even if it was only for a moment. I greatly appreciate it. If you haven't done so already, please be sure to follow me here on Twitch and or subscribe. Either one would make me a happy person. If you're watching this on YouTube, I thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that you liked the video and subscribe to my channel. And if you want to know when I go live, you can follow me on X at TTVNextJGGen24. It's my gamer tag that's on the left side of your screen there. So go give me a follow. I'll usually post whenever I go live. You can also turn on notifications here on Twitch. That way Twitch sends you an email every time I start the stream. So overall, this was great. We got not only the Fajita map done, but we also got the fall ball event done. And we're really only down to 2 more Conquest maps other than the Forever map. And those are the maps we're going to be doing tomorrow. The coffee map and then the snowflake map. And then the Forever map is going to be over a period of streams. So I hope to see you all tomorrow, Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern. And until then, guys, have a good night.